to be a Terminal 6 at Heathrow by sleight of hand. Allegedly. I wait, it's not a name change. Simon, I'll go back.
Yeah, I think they're going to continue their PR campaign, and they've got to have a vote in due course in the House of Commons, and they're going to keep on buying the drinks or whatever they do with the MPs. But at the end of the day, if you're analysing the facts around air quality and noise and such, you know, PR doesn't make any difference to that. The nature of the decision which has been arrived at, so they can maybe knock themselves out, spend money on that. It's not going to change the analytical view of the judge, and whether or not he believes there's a case to be answered about whether or not this is an unsound decision, and you know, proves that a judicial review can proceed.
Thank you. Are there any more questions that I missed? Oh, Andrew.
What sort of impact does it have on like the local plan and building houses and stuff? Does it put the council under more pressure if there's more employees, and is that how do you cope with that?
Well, I don't know. Vicky, can you talk to that? I think I got an answer to that as well.
Would you like to go first, and I'll add if there's anything?
Firstly, they are now not talking about the same number of jobs that they were talking about in the first place. It's about half of that in the economic case, and it doesn't have any effect on the borough local plan process we are going through at the moment. But they may come back at a later date once we have a fully adopted plan and ask for more residential units in the Royal Borough of Windsor and Maidenhead. But because of the uncertainty around this and the extended timetable, even if things go well for them, I don't think they've got diggers in the ground until 2022 or something, which by then the Royal Borough would hopefully have an adopted borough local plan in place. So I think they'd then come back at some future point and say, actually, you need to look at, you know, between X number of local authorities, you need to find Y number of additional residential units. But it doesn't affect our current borough local plan process. That's what I think the answer is. But
Yes, we have been having some discussions with the Department of Communities and Local Government, and their advice to us is that we carry on with our local plan process and we carry on under our current needs. If and when anything happens, local plans are reviewed, normally every 5 years, and that would take place. We would look at it as part of the review.
I'm not sure I understand.
That's a good one. They're everywhere. Watch.
Chris, please carry on.
Yeah, so just a note for the members around the table today. The local plan, jobs, public infrastructure, noise, air quality, these are all things that make the Heathrow option, the Heathrow decision, preference rather by government, a bad decision.
Yeah.
It's whether it's, when you talk about judicial reviews, it's whether those bad elements are judiciable and whether they constitute the wrong legal tests being applied. Now that is the advice that we're going to need to get from council and from our lawyers, but it's not our place to enter into judicial review on what makes something a bad decision. It's whether it is an illegal or an unjust decision in that regard, and we'll be getting advice on that in the upcoming couple of weeks.
One more, if I may. Does that mean it could be possible that you'd have pollution limits forced on you to try and enforce that you don't think are practical and you couldn't meet? Could you be put in an insidious position?
I mean, especially with regards, through you, Chair, with regards to the Heathrow decision. Look, we're already nearly there with the Supreme Court judgment. Thanks to Client Earth, they're challenging the existence of current EU regulations being breached. The pressure is on the UK now to meet those, regardless of this decision. The fact is, there is an air quality obstacle that Heathrow, we believe, haven't overcome, and it's whether that is judiciable and the right tests have been applied that we're going to take to our council. So the pressure to meet air quality across the UK is on us now. Heathrow or no Heathrow expansion, it's really whether that constitutes a judiciable element to any challenge.
Thank you.
I'll move on from this particular subject. Oh no, sorry, Malcolm.
I think that what we should be doing actually is presenting points for the legal team to consider.